or 8 miles southwest of Burgaw, moving at 45 miles per hour. Now again, we'll walk you through, well, where is the safest place during a tornado warning? That's going to be a basement, storm shelter, away from windows, the centermost, lowest level of your home. Now let's go to velocity. I want to show you where the rotation is. If you give me one moment. It's in Pender County. We'll switch over to velocity. So essentially, we're taking away the rain and we're showing you where those winds are for this warning. So here's that rotation that we're watching. Let's turn on the storm tracks. But this is a tornado warning in Pender County if you're just tuning in now. Now we have the other locations impacted are going to include Watha, Pender Memorial Hospital, and St. Helena. So this includes Interstate 40 between mile markers 388 and 400. So that's going to be where we have this warning in Pender County. Now let's go back to reflectivity. So here you can almost see it where the warning is and where the center of rotation that we're concerned about is, just south of Burgaw here. We'll go back to velocity. Again, if you're just tuning in now, there is a tornado warning in Pender County south of Burgaw. So you can almost see where exactly Ryan's Crossroads. If you haven't already, make sure to get to your safe place right now. Get some of these roads pulled up for you as well. But again, tornado warning in Pender County. Now that's the area that we are watching for this warning. That's the center of rotation, that we're watching with the warning in Pender County. Now again, this was from the National Weather Service. And if we have the wall pulled up for Max 1, I would like to go in depth into this warning for a control room. That's a tornado warning for Pender County. Cities, Burgaw, Long Creek, St. Helena, Watha. If you haven't already, please get to your safe place right now. That's going to be an area away from windows on the lowest level in the most interior room. We're just waiting to get the wall pulled up so I can show you in a little bit more in depth of what we're looking at with this warning. Cool. We got notification that the wall is up. So I want to show you where we are watching with this warning that we have right here. Okay, so here's this rotation that we're watching right now. Now that's going to be the rotation that pretty much has caused this warning that the National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Pender County. Now again, please get to your safe place right now. That's going to be lowest level, most interior room. Now we're going to walk through this warning together. All right. So that's the area that we are watching, and then we'll pull up some of the storm tracks, or the storm tracks as well. So you know it's moving northeast, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. So Watha 739, 744 Willard, 745 Willard Primary School. Now on that list, it does show where those more notable locations are, and if you are in that area, make sure to get to your safe place right now. Now I know here in southeastern North Carolina we don't typically have basements, so it's going to be on the lowest level, most interior room, away from windows, and this warning is going to go until I believe, let me read this warning or go back to it and just going over. This is from the National Weather Service. This warning goes until 8 p.m. So we're going to be with you until 8 p.m. or until the National Weather Service allows this warning to expire. Again, if you're just tuning in right now, we have a tornado warning in Pender County. So if you are under that warning, make sure to get to your safe area right away. And those around 7:30 that has passed. We are looking at some reports, so I'm looking in chat right now. We're just going through that, but we do have that warning in Pender County. Areas that are going to be included: Watha, Pender Memorial Hospital, St. Helena. So if you are in this area, that is where we have this warning. We'll go back to the warning here again. We have that warning for Pender County here in the Cape Fear. Now that cell does have some broad rotation on it, and it did prompt the National Weather Service to issue a tornado warning for Pender County. Here's that warning one more time. It goes until 8 p.m. Cities: Burgaw, St. Helena, Watha. You need safe area right now. That's going to be lowest level, most interior room. And I'll show you that cell that has prompted this warning. So we're going back to the reflectivity. So we have the rain with it. This is not going to be something that you want to go outside for and try to take a picture of. There's lots of rain associated with this cell, so you're not going to see too much from it. Just make sure you are getting into that safe area. Now, it is producing some pretty heavy rainfall with it, and more than likely some gusty winds. So that's that cell that we're watching. So that's prompted the warning, and we'll go back to velocity. So we're just looking for rotation. That indicates the velocity indicates some rotation. So we do have some broad rotation with this cell, but again, if you are in this warning, please make sure to get to your safe place right away. And that's going to be for Pender County. It is south of Watha right now. So that's where that rotation, just south of Watha, excuse me. That's where we have this warning. And if you're just tuning in, we do have a tornado warning for Pender County. So just south of Watha, that's going to put us around right here. This is that rotation that has prompted the National Weather Service to issue the tornado warning. And again, your safe spot is going to be the most interior, lowest level room of a structure, away from windows. So if you are under that warning, make sure to get to your safe area right now, and make sure to, you can bring the live stream with you. Then that's your WECT First Alert Weather app. We'll go back to that so that way we can look to see where the rotation is. And again, this warning goes until 8 p.m. So that's what we got with the National Weather Service. And they said they're going to continue the tornado warning. That's just in now in chat that we just got. Here is just, so it's looking to be north of Burgaw. So if you live in the Burgaw, if you live south of Burgaw, you're able to get out of your safe area. But if you're in Watha, I do want to make sure that you are going to your safe area, because we have that rotation holding strong. So if you're in Watha, make sure to get to your safe area right away. If you're south of Burgaw, you're able to come out. Now the system is moving northeast right along highway, right along 40, excuse me. So it's pretty much just paralleling and possibly going to be perpendicular to it. But we do have this tornado warning again. It goes until 8 p.m. Right now, that center of rotation that we're watching is south of Watha. I will say it's looking to be broad. It's not looking to be as put together as what we saw from previous scans, but I still want to make sure you're getting to your safe area if you live near Watha. Now, that area of rotation has prompted this warning. So if you were in scheduled programming, and if you're just tuning in right now, we do have an ongoing tornado warning in Pender County, again, south of Watha, or if you are in the Watha area, make sure to get to your safe area right away. Now, this system is also producing some heavy rainfall, so you're not going to be able to see it. Just make sure to get to your safe area. And for areas that can come out of their safe area, if you're south of Burgaw, you're able to come out of your safe area. It looks like that rotation is moving more north. We just got a notification in from the National Weather Service. They are still continuing with this tornado warning in Pender County. So I do want to read over this warning, or the continuation of the warning that was just sent with the National Weather Service. So pretty much remaining the same. They're continuing it, and it stays until 8 p.m. So we're going to be with you until 8 p.m. making sure that you are getting to your safe area. We'll wait for the radar to have another scan in to see, is this going to broaden or is it tightening up? As of now, I've seen a little bit of a trend that it is starting to become more broad. So that's so good news, but I still want to make sure you are getting to your safe area. If you are near Watha, it does look like this might cross 40 as well. That's what I'm seeing on the map. That this could potentially, so it's starting to move in the Watha area. Van Eden, if north of Van Eden, just pretty much in between Van Eden and Watha. That's where we're monitoring that rotation. Again, if you're just tuning in, we do have a tornado warning for Pender County. Now, I'll show you the cell that has prompted this warning, that's associated with this warning. Now, lots of rainfall with it. We can see some pretty heavy rainfall with this cell, so you're really not going to be able to see a lot. So make sure to just get to your safe area, bring this with you. We'll walk you through it together. We'll go back to the base velocity, and then we'll check the correlation coefficient as well. But we have it here. It looks like it is moving through the rotation, moving through Watha and starting to near I-40. So if you're in that area, you need to be in your safe area right now. And if we look to see what other areas, if the rotation continues, so we'll put on the storm tracks. And then if this does populate, so anywhere, okay, there we go. So 7:56 Cartersville, 7:58 Paisley, 8 p.m. Solon. So if you are going to be in those areas, maybe start to head to your safe area right away, because we do have this tornado warning in Pender County. Again, the rotation seems to be moving into Watha, just essentially about to cross I-40 there. That's where we have that rotation that has prompted this tornado warning. So if you are in that area, you need to be in your safe area right away. And a safe area is going to be on the lowest level in the most interior room, away from windows. We still have the rotation. Yes, it seems to be going through Watha and about to cross, or is potentially crossing 40 right now. And we also have 117 as well. So an area that's near the Rose Gold Equestrian Center, that's also an area that it looks, this rotation that has prompted the warning seems to be near. We'll see in chat if they have said anything else, any updates. I don't see any updates as of now, but this warning does go until 8 p.m. tonight. We're pretty much going to stay with you until the warning expires, or if they do allow this to expire earlier. Now, we still have, as of now, the trend seems to be that the rotation is becoming a little bit weaker. That's what I've noticed over the past few scans, but I still want to make sure you are getting to your safe area. So if you do live pretty much west or east of Willard, excuse me for that, but still in the Willard area, I do want to make sure that you are getting to your safe area. And even if you live east of Willard, please make sure to get to your safe area as well. This warning does go until 8 p.m. We're just going to scan over the warning from the National Weather Service just one more time, and that nothing really has changed with it. They're continuing the warning. That's what I'm seeing in a chat again. So the rotation seems to have also crossed 40. It's near 117. So that's what I'm seeing with the latest radar scan. It's more than likely past that because radar is essentially just a minute or minute 30 behind. So if you are going to be in some of these areas, and we can almost see that the warning is also pretty much on the county line as well, but I really want to make sure that you are staying in your safe area. It looks like if you live south of Watha, though, you can get out of your safe area, south of Watha. So anywhere that's south of Burgaw, south of Watha, it looks like you are good to go. We still have that rotation there. So we're sticking with the warning. I've had no updates yet with the warning, but if you are tuning in right now, we have that rotation that has prompted the tornado warning in Pender County. It looks to be just east of Willard, and we have this road right here, and that's I believe 140 and maybe 140. And so that's where we do have that ongoing tornado warning. We are looking for some of those areas that are notable features. But again, the trend with this rotation is it looks like it is becoming more broad. So it looks like it's loosening up, but we'll see what happens with the National Weather Service. We still want to make sure that everybody is staying safe. But if you are in this warning, so if you live north or northeast of 40, then make sure that you get to your safe place right now. But south of Watha, south of Burgaw, you can get out of your safe area. The system is moving quite quickly as well. The National Weather Service said it was moving northeast at around, I believe, 45 miles per hour. So that's pretty much highway speed. Sadly, our storm tracks is not picking up some areas for us, so we're going to go together with this. But yeah, it looks like the rotation is loosening up. It is looking to be essentially just southeast of Wallace and just pretty much off of this highway that pretty much just to the northeast of the intersection of 40 and we have the 40, then we have just south of Willard, or just to the east of Willard as well. That's where that rotation is for this warning. But if you are south of Watha, Murraytown, Burgaw, you're able to come out of your safe area. We're pretty much just sticking with it until the National Weather Service is allowed to expire this tornado warning. So if you are tuning in right now, we still have this ongoing tornado warning for portions of Pender County. We'll go back to the warning right now. This is from the National Weather Service. This is where the warning is still in effect. Again, it runs until 8 p.m. So until the National Weather Service determines it's able to expire, or until we get to that 8 p.m. mark, we are going to stay with it. You can see just that the northeast part, or north central, northern part of Pender County, south of Wallace. That's where that warning is. And if you are south of Watha, you're pretty much okay to get out of your safe area. But we still want to go back to that rotation. Let's follow the trend here. So we did say that it's looking to become looser, and that's the past several scans. But we still want to make sure that that's the trend that we're seeing, and it looks to be. But again, we still want to play it safe. So if you are still in that pretty much that northernmost part of Pender County, we are in this together, and we are going to stick with this warning until it is allowed to expire. But again, it is looking to be loose, like it's loosening up. It's not looking as tight with what we have seen. So We're going to get some of these landmarks for you. We have Wallace there. And then, so pretty much there's an intersection that it looks to be pretty much crossing pretty much on the Duplin-Pender line up just east of Wallace. That's where we still have that broad rotation. Again, it's looking to become broader. That's the past couple of scans that we have seen. So that is some good news. But if you do live pretty much east of, just right on that line of Pender, Duplin County now, near Wallace, I want to make sure that you are getting to your safe area just in case they do continue the tornado warning with this. But the trend is that the rotation seems to be loosening up. So that is some good news for folks who do live there. But we are still going to follow this warning until it's allowed to expire. We just want to make sure everybody is staying safe. Now, these cells have been bringing a punch. We really haven't seen too many severe thunderstorm warnings with these cells. In fact, we haven't seen any here in our area. Now, this we've seen some of those cells have special weather statements with them, but we really haven't seen too much from those cells from today. But we still have that tornado warning pretty much in Pender County as well, and the rotation seems to be loosening up, but we still want to make sure everybody is staying safe. Again, if you live south of Watha, you are able to get out of your safe area. Now, pretty much where we have there's another radar, so you might see this jump back and forth with color. So you might see some of these colors change as well. That's just due to it's pretty much on the boundary line, but the rotation seems to be loosening up. That's been the trend over the past couple of scans. This warning does run until 8 p.m. So if you are tuning in right now, there's still an ongoing tornado warning for Pender County, and that's looking to be that northernmost part of Pender County near Duplin County. But if you live south of Watha, you are able to get out of your safe place right now. We're still watching this, but we'll go back to the warning. Here's the warning. So right pretty much on the line, we still have that warning. Goes until 8 p.m. or until the National Weather Service, pretty much until the National Weather Service decides to expire that warning. Let's go back to the cell that pretty much prompted this warning. So we're going back to reflectivity. We're going to show some of the precipitation, so we'll have those brighter colors in play. And if we do see some of the reds and oranges, that pretty much shows the heavier rainfall. But the cell pretty much has brought pretty heavy rainfall to that area as well. But there has been an area of rotation that is pretty much prompted the warning, and the trend has been that this rotation. So that's where we see the radar switch off. I wanted to preface with those color changes, but it seems to be that the rotation is starting to loosen up. That's been the trend. But again, if you are south of Watha, you are able to get out of your safe area. But the National Weather Service is continuing this warning until 8 p.m. So that's going to stay. It's pretty much right on the line with us, and we also have Chief Meteorologist Gannon Medwick in with this warning. But you would say the trend is that the rotation has weakened over the past several scans.
I concur with that. A quick spin up here with that tight rotation that you noted just to the west of Burgaw a little bit earlier. We haven't seen it duplicated since. The National Weather Service, of course, as you've been articulating, letting this warning ride until 8 p.m. or when it crosses the county line, which also I'm seeing that Newport Moorhead City's National Weather Service office, which covers Duplin, has elected not to issue a tornado warning, at least right now. But you're mentioning that weather statement and also a severe thunderstorm warning for our friends in southern Duplin County. So that's also an encouraging sign. If there's any leftover rotation in Pender County, it's really right on the county line as you're focusing in on there correctly, I think east of I-40 by about 4 miles. And then that's rapidly trending north toward the Sloan community, but really more of a straight line wind event as I see it right now. Tough duty for you, Ella, these spin-ups just real quick. And, you know, as the on-call guy, happy to be here with you in the First Alert Forecast Center just in case anything wraps up. But the trend is our friend, it would seem like, here at 7:53.
That's right. It is looking just to loosen up, and pretty much the rotation would be crossing the county line as we speak, but the warning does continue until 8 p.m. So we're just watching to see what happens with that. Some of the wind gusts with other cells throughout the region, they've packed a bit of a punch. We have seen some special weather statements throughout the course of this evening, a handful of them, this cell has also brought some heavy rainfall to that area as well.
Just trying to show the big picture here, call up on our system. So that embedded area of rotation, just part of what's organizing into be a pretty long line of showers and thunderstorms. And Elle, I think we're going to need to watch these just in case. I'm happy that this was the only cell today that really fully wrapped up, if only for a scan or two. In Pender County, considering all the action we have had as far as showers and storms. So hopefully it's just a one and done, but just want to think as we wind down this warning and wait for official word from the National Weather Service that they're going to let that, you know, expire or be canceled or what have you, that there still are some plenty of strong thunderstorms with, as you're mentioning, the torrential rain, the lightning, and the gusty straight line winds. So we'll need to watch to see if there's any rotation that manages to spin up. I saw it's kind of wonky the way that the National Weather Service has been treating us today as far as the watches. We had a tornado watch until 2 p.m., which we were just kind of on the fringes of. They didn't re-up that, and now there's one officially just to our north. So it's kind of like we kind of got skipped over by the watch program, but the warning program well served there for Pender County, especially when the rotation was really tight as it was for a scan or two west of Burgaw. I am not seeing any more tight rotation here. So unless you see anything else alarming, Ella, I would just as soon as probably let us get back to regular programming as we approach the 8 o'clock hour. Again, our friends in Duplin County, not dropping this cell. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for straight line winds, and by convention we don't cut over programming as far as that goes, but we're watching the whole line in its entirety as well. Do want to reiterate that point as well, that extends farther south and west through Pender and across eastern Columbus and central Brunswick County, and some of that going to be building into Wilmington and the suburbs in the next hour or two. So things getting pretty noisy from a lightning standpoint and also a torrential rain standpoint as well. Just to issue an early alert there. Part and parcel to how we've been all day today and how we think we're going to be for much of the evening ahead, Ella.
That's right, and I think especially really the next few hours, it's going to be rather bumpy with the cells continuing to move onshore. That's why we said earlier we didn't have a 6 p.m. tonight, but we did go live on Facebook, and we said, you know, make sure to just stay weather aware. I do have some news with the National Weather Service. They are allowing the tornado warning to expire.
Excellent. Okay, kind of as we expected there. So severe thunderstorm warning continuing for southeast Duplin, northwest Onslow as part of sort of like the carcass of that rotating storms. Do want to seek shelter in that area, and of course do the right thing, seek shelter in those areas where the torrential rain and gusty winds and intense lightning is occurring along the central axis of the Lower Cape Fear region, as you see. Other than that, we're going to get you back to regular programming, hopefully just a one and done warning. Thanks for staying with us here from the First Alert Forecast Center. Stay safe. Thank you. Tough duty. Tough duty. Did your mic die?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
it died. Okay, well, here's some fresh batteries. I'll just give you these. They had about 5 minutes of use, so.
Fair enough.